Hey guys, it's XPC1 and I'm back with a little redstone update on the RPG project I've been doing with all these command blocks, and it's mostly done. The core part of the system for implementing an RPG in vanilla Minecraft is done here. It checks your levels, it gives you stats, it allows you to distribute them, and it can distinguish you between you and other players online if you so choose to do this multiplayer. But this, what I built was intended for an adventure map. It'll still work for a multiplayer, it's just that you would have to expand the queue system and distribution and stuff like that. But it should work. So let's go and show you an example. You should notice on the side I have stat points, and that's saying that I have 0 stat points at the moment, and that's because I'm at level 0. And also when I click tab, I have a little number 0 as well, saying how much of a stat I have, which is currently strength, so I have 0 strength. So let's get to level 1. Alright, we have been given 5 stat points, and we've been given a tellraw saying that you have stats to spend, and also on the bottom, which is all the red text, it's saying that you can change up what is going to be shown when you press tab. If you want to see strength, agility, int, or such like that, you can change around and see what stats you have there. So let's add some stat points into strength. So notice our stat points has gone down by 1, and our strength has gone up by 2, and our stat points is now 3. Balances out, it's correct. And even if we dump all the stat points into strength, we now have, and it tells you that you're out of strength. We now have 5 strength, and even if we try to add more strength, because we have 0 stats, it doesn't add anymore. So that's the distinguishing part, because once you're done, you're kicked out of the queue or the line, so that somebody else has a turn to put stats into their build. And let's show you around. So as I shown in the other video, this is the initiation of all the variables or objectives. This line where it's yellow will check when you level up. This will distribute the stats to you. So every time you level up, you get 5 stats. This is what determines it. This is the queue system. So every time you level up, you will be put into queue. So let's see, this is the first, so I'm first in line at the moment, and once I'm first in line, I'm automatically given this tellraw saying that if I would like to add strength and such like that. There's a little timer in the back, so when you have the chat saying that would you like to include strength and such like that, and you happen to miss it or anything, this timer will just run, and once it catches up to a set interval, it will once again send you another tellraw saying that would you like to add strength again. There's all these towers over here of command blocks is what distinguishes you. So if you have a strength between a range of 3 and 1, it will give you a buff of strength, which is 5 for 10 seconds, which is over here, and at an amplitude of 0, or amplification of 0. And if we check our buff, we currently have 5 strength, so we have a strength of level 2. So here we go, you see that the chat has come back with the tellraw saying that we would like to add strength, and if we hover over it, we also see that it will explain what it does. So this will increase your damage. That's what happens if you see strength, agility, int, and dex, and you can change it around, and also the buff, what the buff will give you. So all this you can change around to your preference. And here's the magic. This is what distributes your stat points into stats. So here, this first line over here I'm seeing goes into strength. So we currently have 5 stat points and 5 strength. So if we click on strength, you'll see that a redstone block just popped up in front of me for a second. Let's do that again. Ooh, you may not have seen that. So let's try it again. You might have seen that one. Our stat points has gone down by 3. Our strength has gone up by 8. So this is all wireless. You can do this anywhere. And eventually we'll go down to 0. And again, we have 10 strength, and if we check our agility, we have 0 agility. Let's go back to strength, because the rest is all 0. And we now have a strength buff of 3. So that's the basic part. This will work again in multiplayer, and this was intended for adventure maps. And this is just the basic system. There's more to implement, such as like the effects. Like if I want to put a firework when you jump, or when I implement skills such as damaging or magic and such like that. I still have to add that, but that's more to come.